Over the years, we've traveled to and seen some really weird waves. And for this season, I wanted to kick things off by taking you to my original weird wave on La Isla del Encanto, Puerto Rico, where it all began.
Weird Waves, Episode 1.
This is the wave that started it all, minutes away from where I grew up in Isabela, Puerto Rico. And it's made me the weirdo that I am today.
Tienes tubos, tienes rampa, tienes línea para meter copa.
A wave and area that might be in danger.
Aquí estamos viendo maquinaria pesada moviendo materia vegetal en un área de zona marítimo terrestre inundable.
It's time to see what we can do as surfers to help.
Aquí con mi hermano. Oh, huge hair.
Oh! Oh my God. Dave. What? Oh. This is the best beach in the world. Just a little stadium with the best wedge in the corner that links up with the sickest teepees in the middle of the beach right here. We got Aron Geiger out there holding it down solo. Yes! Oh, that was nasty.
Aron showed me this spot, actually. Hey there, it's me, Dylan. I guess I've never really given you my background before. My parents moved to Puerto Rico after falling in love with the island and its people in the 80s when I was 1. My brother and I grew up surfing here along the northwest corner of the island, and I credit my entire career to this beautiful area. But this stretch of reef and sand in particular hold a very special place in my heart. A lot of firsts here for me. First wedge, first air. God, it's just magic here. I love it. You may have seen this wave before. It's my go-to spot I check every time I'm home, and I always push to film here. Far from the perfection you see at some of the better waves around the island, but the chaos and little imperfections are what I like about it. I usually struggle to get most of my friends to join me here. They say stuff about the wave being bad, I say stuff about their favorite waves being crowded, and we usually go our separate ways. But I threw the bat signal up and jumped out to get a few wedges with Aron, hoping for this episode's sake, a few of them show up.
Aquí con mi hermano. Tienes tubos, tienes rampa, tienes línea para meter copa. Si quieres volar, puedes volar.
This is what Carlos is talking about, and the number one factor of what qualifies it as a weird wave. Let me break it down. Wave number 1 bounces off the rock. Once that wave regathers itself is when there's a moment to catch it and stand up after it redirects back towards wave number 2. When the swell period is perfect, wave number 1 meets up with wave number 2 right before wave number 2 breaks. And with enough speed and a third eye, possibilities are endless.
Este fue el primer que yo vi hacer el wedge en la esquina. Él me enseñó cómo hacerlo y cómo correr esta ola. Él es el master de secrets.
Now he's the master.
Problem is, connecting the wedge into a good section of any kind is rare. And though the first stages of this swell showed signs of hope, it wasn't quite the magic I was hoping for. At least not yet. So we want the period to go down and the feet to go up and then get closer together so there's just more waves.
Exactly.
And
Crisscross. These swells are so different. Like we normally don't get this type of swell where it's like this, where it's like long period swells.
But I think the ultimate is if you get the side wave and then you get a proper section where you can get to have the angle and try to like use that like bump to like go higher than you would normally go.
I went pretty high without my board. Okay, you get so much power off that wedge, it's crazy. You're like flying.
That's what I like about it. It's like really like if I can get that wedge and then get an inside bowl and just draw a line, that's what I like doing out there.
because there's those days where it's exploding off the wedge. And if you're gonna judge it like that, that would probably be the 10, right? Where it's just like hitting the wave and just exploding.
So my goal for this episode is to do what I've always wanted to do. Hit Secret Spot for an entire swell. See all of its different faces and moods. I usually check here, get a phone call, check there, add another spot in between, and end up back here. So for your entertainment and my stubbornness, we stay put.
It's like there's both energies, fear and love. It's like you decide where to go. It's like what is this?
This is Hector Santamaria, a real-life wizard who might actually be able to speak to pelicans.
Thank you, pelicans. You were so nice to all of us. It was a blessing to be around you.
As you can see, Hector is a unique and insanely talented surfer. One of my favorites to watch and be around, period. The dude is just entertaining. He also doesn't have a car at the moment, so it was pretty easy to rope him into our program.
Dale. Acabamos de conseguir un leash 7 pies, just in case it gets wild.
Dude, big wave wedges.
Big wave wedges, backdoor style.
Oh, huge hair on the butt.
Oh, you could have landed there, dude.
That was a sick one.
How do you do that?
Let's go find out. I don't know.
That looks cool.
Paragua.
Yes, other waves were pumping, and I didn't care. This is all I've ever wanted, to finally put my mind at ease after all the years I could never convince someone to paddle out with me here at the peak of a swell. This was easily some of the biggest and best waves I've ever surfed here. I thought for sure we were in for the day of days. But the swell was on the rise, and after only a couple waves each, we both got sent to the beach with our tails between our legs.
Those big sets, there's just nothing you can do. I felt like we were sitting super far out, and that set broke like 20 yards out past us. Past like 20 yards past what I felt like was like way outside of the normal peak. So a little too much today, but kind of got to go to know.
The 7-foot leash worked out well.
I'm envious of that call.
I love you.
That's a complete closeout.
Holy
The whole bay.
That will fuck you up. I was literally praying, dude. When I fucking
Watch out, dude. Wow.
Mother Nature, we love you.
Yeah, you win.
You win.
Bow down.
You win.
My husband and I moved here in 1982. Right around that time in the 80s, they didn't picture this as valuable coastal property in any other way. They were only like, wow, look at all the money we made taking the sand.
Back before I entered this world, Secret Spot had 100-foot tall sand dunes that would block the trade winds from blowing out the bay. In fact, this whole area did, until the early 80s when landowners began selling their sand for construction purposes to make concrete and other building materials. Over the next 30 years, the sand removal continued without any intervention, leading to not only a complete loss of wind protection, but the defense from storm surge. And don't even get me started on all the biodiversity attached to the dunes ecosystem.
They thought this land was worthless and that at least they were getting money for the sand.
When I think you have like cranes and trucks removing just all kinds of meters of sand, that just changes it too fast, too permanently.
And this wasn't just in the 80s. It's still happening every so often.
Aquí estamos viendo maquinaria pesada moviendo materia vegetal en un área de zona marítimo terrestre inundable. En el 2014 aquí atrás había una máquina tumbando todos los palos que yo tuve que meter el carro mío frente a la máquina.
Meet Hector Tito. He's single-handedly stopped illegal excavation of the dunes to protect the precious resources of this stretch of coastline, and basically opened my eyes to the importance of conservation and awareness, even if it means sharing the names and locations of special surf spots like this.
¿Verdad? Quizás en otras playas uno quiere mantenerlas secretas, ¿verdad? Por el hecho del pico del surfing. Pero ya estamos en una era tecnológica, ya tú pones el nombre en Google Maps y te lleva. Pero hay mucha gente que no sabe el nombre de este lugar. Y colocándole el nombre, nosotros creamos una imagen, ¿verdad? Una entidad. Es como que, mira, hay una máquina destruyendo Secret Spot, pues ya la gente sabe dónde es y viene entonces a apoyarnos. Y olvídate, ya yo vendí mi espacio y que se echaba. Entonces por eso es que necesitamos gente como tú a nivel internacional que dé a conocer que en Puerto Rico, en la esquina noroeste, en el California, el North Shore, hay un sitio que tiene 10 picos de olas de surfing, que llevamos 20 años como comunidad trabajando en restaurarlo y que hay una presión interna para querer destruirlo y construirla. Y o sea, es importante esa información, ¿verdad? Que la gente comprenda a nivel internacional y acá.
No había todo esto, yo no sería el persona que yo soy ahora mismo.
Exacto.
Porque esta área es muy especial para mí y para todo el mundo que vive aquí. Esto es una iglesia, más o menos.
Sí, el santuario. El santuario.
Exacto, sí.
Es como que el centro de meditación.
Exacto, sí. Puerto Rico has been battling cases like this since I can remember. And nowadays, I think being a surfer means you have to be there for the ocean in the same way she's been there for you. I've always thought that by not telling anyone about my favorite spot, I was protecting it. I'm definitely starting to rethink that. Now, I would rather share my favorite spot with everyone in the world rather than lose it forever. So here you go, the spot I hold dearest to me. Know it, and I hope to see you in the lineup, so the next time she needs our help, we can protect her together.
It's about to go offshore.
Oh, it's offshore.
If Quincy goes out and pulls in, I'll go out and pull in.
Yeah, you and Quincy are coming out.
Yeah, come on. What do you mean? No.
You have to. I came in to make sure you go out.
I'm just going out there because Dee asked me to. Big ones are gnarly. You hear these like sonic booms everywhere.
Gracias por tu atención. Thanks for tuning in and checking out the weird wave that started it all for me. What an epic week, getting to surf my favorite spot with all my favorite people, and continuing to learn about and from this area in more ways than I ever could have imagined when I was younger. And as hard as it may be to go against the code of keeping spots secret, I think it might be necessary moving forward, so we can keep giving our buddies high fives and laugh at each other getting launched into outer space. See you next episode. Nos vemos en la próxima.
Like just watching the explosions and everything, it's like bigger than you out there. Just like perfect wedges. I love this. I love this beach.
Bien baratado, estoy cansado. 4 horas, 34 minutos. It's time for beer.
Salud, boys.
Yeah, boys.
No,
Thank you.
Gracias por venir.
Gracias a ustedes por
Gracias a
invitarme,
ustedes por
puñeta.
invitarnos.
These ones, oh, I forgot these ones have the straws inside.
We don't care if you're surfboard, bodyboard, paddleboard, kneeboard, body surfing, whatever. Just a waterman.
At 9 in the morning.
It's 5 somewhere,
It's all
right?
about being yourself.
Está cabrón, papo.
Todavía está pumping.